Now,
And,
I understood that your relationship is open like that?
Yeah, you know, like...
And so what did she get angry about?
Just that I would even do it. I guess she wasn't as on board as she thought she was, you know?
I've never heard of a woman who is a woman of her word. Culturally, we don't expect women to be that way. We allow them to be emotional about things. We allow them to be fickle. I'm not an alpha male. I'm not a beta male either. I'm just a better man.
The woman that I'm currently with, you know, like me and her have been talking for about a year.
Okay.
We're not actually together, but we're doing things as if we were together. And, you know, she knows my stance on, you know, labels and all that. And, you know, I was never one to jump too soon into labeling. And, you know, I was like, let's kind of work this out first, kind of like interviewing before actually making each other official, you know?
Yeah. Is that something that she wants?
No. It's actually how I came forward with it. And she kind of just was on board for, you know, the jump. Just
wait. You came forward with the fact that y'all would be exclusive or what? What? Explain this to me.
No. Like I'm not too quick to be her boyfriend. You know what I mean? Like we're just kind of friends. But you know,
I think Robert likes to lease with an option to buy, if that makes sense, Dante. He does a long thing before he.
The way I considered it and telling her, I was like, it's kind of like an interview in a way. Like that's kind of how
fair enough.
I see it. Yeah.
I mean, you gotta keep in mind that anytime it's always an interview. It's like even when you're talking to women, if they're interviewing you and you're interviewing them, I think the problem is that sometimes guys forget that they are also supposed to be interviewing. You know?
Yeah, for sure. You know, you just don't want to kind of leave anything, you know, any stone unturned.
I want to cover something really quick before.
Yeah.
Do you know my stance on asking a girl to be in a relationship?
No, not right off the bat.
Okay, I don't know. I tell a guy he should never be like, you should never be like, you want to be my girlfriend? That you don't do that.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, it's kind of the way I see. Like that's what I mean. As time progressed, we're starting to do more things more exclusively. You know,
right?
And you know, like so our lives are getting more entwined, you know.
But I'm saying even when you get to the point where you're ready, if she doesn't trust me, if she doesn't want that kind of relationship, if she wants it, she'll ask. If she doesn't want it, you will not hear it. If she's fine with it the way it is, then in the minute if she's fine with it the way it is, and you ask to be exclusive, that is sort of the kiss of death. Not because of the fact that I think you got to be cool or anything, but my point is, you know, I've never met a woman who wants something who's not really clear about what she wants. Like if a girl wants a relationship,
she expresses that.
You know it.
Yeah,
she expresses that.
Yeah.
And if she's not expressing that, it's probably because she doesn't want that. Okay?
Yeah. You know, we're pretty open on what we both want. And like I said, it's almost like she was trying to get me on her, like to see her point of view, like to be on her side of being exclusive and stuff like that. So
she was trying to convince you to be exclusive? Robert, she was trying to convince you to be exclusive? Is that what was going on?
Yeah, but nothing like, you know, too annoying or anything like that. You know, just kind of in the way that women can kind of be a little more like loving you in their own certain way, you know?
Just being more aggressive about what you want. So, okay, so that's what I mean. I mean, my point is, like, you just heard the last show, my man, Johnny got his dog stolen. Like, you got to understand, just because somebody wants you doesn't mean that they give a fuck about you. Sometimes the desire is strictly selfish. So when you have somebody who's calling you 100 times and not respecting your boundaries, they like you, but it ain't really about you. It's about their own insecurities. And you really gotta recognize that that as the case. Okay.
Going through all this with her is kind of realizing how much she actually cares about me, and that's what's kind of having me be more ready for that relationship,
Right. Okay.
So pretty much what had happened was that this other woman that I actually had a pretty intimate relationship before had came back into my life again.
Okay.
And I ended up messing around on her with her.
This is recently.
Yeah, it was recently.
Okay. Now, is it understood that your relationship is open like that?
Yeah. Like for the longest, the woman I'm talking to currently, like I'd always tell her, like, you could talk to whoever you want to, because I can talk to whoever I want to, not because I want to, but that's just where we are in this relationship,
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. So this new woman comes in, and what happened?
Yeah, me and her just kind of fool around, and I think right then and there is when I realized, what kind of lover I would want to be to this current lady, which is, I would.
So you got a little strange. You got a little stink on your hang down, some strange, and and then you decided you wanted to be a better lover for the girl that you're already dating.
Yeah, the girl that I ended up,
Okay, so let's get to the point. What do you need from me?
Yeah.
What can I help you with?
Just in terms of moving forward in a more stable relationship, and how would I tend to like kind of fix what I already done, because I did tell the current girl, everything, just kind of not wanting that weight on me and kind of being more honest,
and what was her response to that?
At first she was really accepting and like really there for me in terms of like seeing how guilty I was. And then the next day she completely fucking lost it and, kind of went off the rails, talking.
Wait, but were you? Wait, hold on, Robert. Were you lying to her? Was it a cheating thing? Were you supposed to be monogamous and then you ended up cheating? But were you? Wait, hold on, Robert. Were you lying to her? Was it a cheating thing? Were you supposed to be monogamous and then you ended up cheating?
He said it was open, and she was like they could, like it was an open relationship, right?
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah.
And so, what did she get angry about?
Just that I would even do it. I guess she wasn't as on board as she thought she was,
Okay, but you said you were honest, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, then you don't owe anybody. You can't give somebody an explanation that you've already given them an explanation. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So here's what it is.
If that's not your girl, then you're not cheating.
So I'll tell you what I think it is, Dante. I think that she wanted to be with him exclusively. He said, I'm not interested. I would do an open thing. And she's like, all right, I'll take that. It's like when you can't get the thing you want, you settle. So she settled for that, hoping she could change you. And she never wanted that from the beginning. And so now her reaction to that is it's
here's my question.
Her.
Do you want to be in an exclusive relationship with her now?
Yes. That's kind of what was.
Clearly, if she's angry, she doesn't want it to end. Am I right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She wants the relationship. So it just seems to me like it's already worked itself out. If you're calling me up and telling me, how do you know when did there come a time? I mean, you're not asking me about you as a man. What you're asking about is this particular situation specifically. You got this young lady who you kind of was open with. You messed around with somebody and you realize, I really want to be with this person, right? So why don't you just say that? I think that you got Harry. You wanted to say something?
Well, there's a couple things. One, you can always change what you want if you've decided, hey, you know what, I wanted this open thing, but I kind of like her, and I want to change that direction. So you're always able to change that how you feel about something. Women do it all the time, right? So you get to do that. I will warn you going into this that you got to be cognizant that she might bring all that stuff back up, even though you were being honest, because she feels uncomfortable with it. So you're going to have to prepare for that and mentally and cut it off immediately, because otherwise that will poison the relationship.
If you love what we're doing here, go to patreon.com. It's the best way to support us. and check out all the bonus content.
That's right, patreon.com/manschool202. We do weekly bonus episodes. We do listener mail, dating tips, and also, if you love the show, you can go back to the archive starting from episode 1. All the episodes will be there at patreon.com/manschool202.
Yeah, we're kind of going through that at the moment, and I'm kind of bobbing and weaving through it and holding my ground. And like I said, I know where I'm coming from. And
but what you have to understand is what you do have to still maintain your boundaries. You didn't do anything wrong because you were honest. I mean, I understand that she's hurt by it and she's angry, but she's angry because she was dishonest, right? She said that this thing was okay and it wasn't okay. Now, you have to be clear about that you don't, there's no reason for you to feel guilty. I can understand that you might feel guilty. You don't want her to be hurt. But ultimately, you can't be guilty about doing what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know? So the guilt, look, you don't want to, you realize you really like her. You realize she was really hurt by it. But she doesn't get to be abusive or even be angry about something that she signed up for. And if she if she didn't want this, then she should have been honest about, like, this whole call, you're talking to me about how y'all have both been upfront about everything and y'all been open and honest and about where this is going and she's becoming more part of your life. Yeah, you were.
But she hasn't been honest. Yeah.
But she wasn't, you know. She could have said, look, I'll deal with this for the time being, but I don't know how long I can stand on this because I really like you, you know? So you got to clear that up. You got to clear that up first. If she's angry and she's jumping out the window because of something that she signed up for, right? Nobody goes to McDonald's and then bitches about shitty food. You know, you go to McDonald's for shitty food. So you can't be mad because they serve burgers at McDonald's, you know, like.
And if she if she continues to be mad about this, even though you explained to her what's going on, then that's indicative of a lot of other problems going forward.
My thing is that you still gotta be firm. Just how you approach this in the beginning with open and honesty about what you wanted. And, you know, sometimes people come together and they're on different pages at different times. Sometimes they never line up. The great thing about this, but I think you really gotta, I guess what I'm saying is you really have to hold back on that. You have to straighten this out. This anger has to go. You go, look, in no shape or form I wanted to hurt you. I had no intention on hurting you. I told you what it was. And so this has got to stop because I'm not going to be held responsible for something that I told you up front.
Yeah.
You know? So,
Robert was using a phrase where he's saying bob and weave, like I'm bobbing and weaving. And the situation is you may be bobbing and weaving, but I don't want to be in a fight. So why you keep fighting me? Forget about the bobbing and weaving. You got to put a stop to like whatever you're bobbing and weaving from. If somebody keeps attacking you, you can't keep bobbing and weaving. You got to stop the fight. I don't want to fight you. Enough.
Yeah, I'm not into fighting you. And here's the caveat. You really do want to be in a relationship with her.
Yeah.
So what I would say is, first of all, you got to address this anger. This is misplaced anger. You got to go. I understand that you're upset with this. I understand that your feelings are hurt. That was not my intention, but I was honest and upfront about how I felt about this in the first place. But the other thing is that has to stop. I mean, for us to even move forward at all,
I wouldn't even address the potential of a long-term relationship without stopping that other part first.
Until you square away, and then when she calms down about this attacking you and being upset about this and jumping out the window, right? And you might have to give her, if she's still jumping out the window, you might have to like, yo, listen, if this, this is not what you want to do, then we could just stop. We could just stop talking. Because you got to understand the inevitableness of this, where you feel like, well, she's fighting and she's upset. But you got to understand, nobody fights about something that they don't give a fuck about. Like this idea of the fact that my girlfriend is mad and she's angry. When you really, when you gotta really worry, you gotta worry when she's indifferent. When she doesn't give a fuck about it. When you're sleeping with somebody and it doesn't matter. What you call it? Menuhin, it was one of the dudes who actually did the songs. He did the audio.
He created our theme song. Yeah, he created our theme song.
I remember his girl calls him up one day and goes, yeah, like I always kind of like girls. I want to explore, lesbianism, with girls, hanging out, dating girls. And I was like, pack your bags, dog. She was like, you could sleep with whoever you want.
Yeah,
no
hold
girl.
on. You gotta. There's a delineation between what you're saying, Dante, because I know exactly what you're saying. Because if she said, "Hey, I wanted to bring a girl for us," that's one thing. If she's like, I want to experiment with girls," you could go off and do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
When you don't go into the relationship like that, like you're saying, when that comes up in the relationship after you've been arguing a while, yeah, that's the end of the relationship. Right. Like you're saying, pack your bag.
Not only that, but she already got the girl in mind. If she's not already munching carpet,
oh boy, she's picked out some samples.
She's not already clam bashing. Nobody says that. No woman who's in a monogamous relationship with you says, "Oh my God, you know what? I realize that you're tired of my old vagina. You know what? I want to give you an opportunity to have sex with other people because I just want you to be more happy." That doesn't happen. So you gotta deal with this anger thing first. And then if you can get a hold of that, then the next step is to say, listen, if you wanna, you don't just go, if you want to talk about us being exclusive, then I would be open to having that conversation. You understand?
Oh yeah, man. I'm hearing you guys loud and clear. And yeah. So I just want to say thank you guys for giving me that advice. I'll take it.
But Robbie, understand this. The first thing first. Be clear. You gotta deal with this anger thing and this guilt thing because you have no reason to feel guilty, and she really has no reason to be angry other than her. She can feel upset about it, but she can't. She doesn't get to take that out on you. You understand?
Yeah, I get you.
And then secondarily, it is, but you don't want to use the fact that you really do want a relationship as a way to appease this anger, because then that leads to something else. Am I making it clear?
Yeah. You're kind of, I hear what you're saying. You're trying to you're buying something with the wrong currency.
Yeah, you don't want to.
The anger. It rewards that bad behavior. If she's behaving terribly and then you give her the thing she wants, it lets her know that's how you get the thing you want, by being a pain in your ass.
Yeah. And you don't want to reinforce that, because that's something that is you reinforce that, you're gonna have that problem in that relationship. Okay, Robbie?
Yeah, man. Thank you guys.
Just remember, first thing, the anger, second thing, then you can talk about relationship after that. Okay?
For sure. All
right, brother.
Right, have a good night.
Later. Yeah, it's really important that you deal with what you deal with first. It doesn't even matter. He really actually, him sleeping with this other girl is the thing that gave him the revelation that he wanted to be with her. He actually, a lot of times we get into these situations, these situationships, and you're dealing with all these women, or we're dealing with multiple women, and you realize that some of them you don't even like to deal with.
Sure.
You don't even like them. You just,
yeah. It's just an ego thing or a numbers thing, or, just the opportunities there. It's also, as a man, there's a point in your life where you're starving for it. And then when you have a chance to have it all, you don't ever want to turn anything away, because you feel like, well, how can I do that? You feel ungrateful.
Yeah. And then you just stuff in your face until you throw up.
We're talking about
Apple Hook in the comments said women do not do things righteously. Now I want to explain something. What he's absolutely right, but I've never heard of a woman who is a woman of her word. And what I mean by that is that you're in a situation where women are we allow them to be emotional about things. We allow them to be fickle. I mean, I'm quite sure a woman could be. It's not that I've never, but it's just what I'm just saying. Culturally, we don't expect women to be that way. Like we don't. And not only that, but we give space. We give space for them not to be. Like, like I can't tell you how many times I've done this show and somebody has said, "Oh my God, you say hot Latina. She has that hot blood." And I'm like, yeah, I don't give a fuck what the hot blood is. Take that, that to El Santeria, La Iglesia.
Go down to Santo Domingo if you got a hot-blooded. You're so hot-blooded.
Go to Alaska and cool off.
Yeah.
Because you can't.
You're not going to be hot-blooded around here.
Yeah. It doesn't. None of that is an excuse for disrespect.
My mom would do that. My mom would do that.
Yeah. She wouldn't go, I'm a hot Latina.
Maybe in her younger days. Did I ever tell you the story that
my baby.
That's just for you and me, Pablo Francisco. Hold my baby.
My baby, bitch.
By the way, did I ever tell you a story, Dante, that my mom was dancing at a nightclub, right, in the 70s, and the famous drummer Tito Puente wanted my mom, because my mom was a looker back in the day. She was a cutie.
Yeah.
And he was trying to get it, but my uncle was there, and so he kept like mean mugging this guy until the guy's like, "What's his deal?" And then he went away. So the only reason I'm here today is because my uncle cock blocked Tito Puente.
Tito Puente, you could have been a star. I'm not an alpha male. I'm not a beta male either. I'm just a better man. Well, put your happiness first, because if you don't, they won't.